I now invite Councillor Sam Murray to formally second the motion and confirm if you wish to speak now or reserve your right until later.
Thank you, Mr Chairman, and thank you, Councillor Reid, for bringing this motion to our Council, demonstrating Suffolk's ongoing commitment to tackling violence against women and girls in response to the serious issues of domestic violence faced nationally. Many of us will be aware of the statistics, aware that 2 women are killed every week by a partner or ex-partner, that every 7 minutes a woman is raped, and that every minute the police will receive a phone call about domestic violence. However, simply being aware of this is simply not enough. We now need to truly accept the severity of this problem and the part we all have to play in preventing abuse being caused to any more women and girls. To provide some reassurance, I wish to highlight some of the continued work being done nationally and locally, such as Ofsted's recent rapid review of sexual abuse in schools and colleges in England. This identified and recognised serious issues faced at early stages, with 64% of girls aged 13 and above having experienced unwanted touching, 68% feeling pressured to do sexual things they did not want to do, 88% receiving sexual pictures and videos they did not want to see, and 80% under pressure to provide sexual images of themselves. Whilst the report is a difficult read, it has finally prompted this national issue to be addressed, some of which is reflected in the Online Harms Bill, which I welcome. This is complemented by the Home Office's Tackling Violence Against Women and Girls strategy and campaign, which focuses on ending victim blaming, instead targeting perpetrators and harmful misogynistic attitudes, an approach mirrored here in Suffolk. The strategy also includes the Safer Streets Fund, which Ipswich was successfully awarded a £124,000 grant from. Locally, I have noticed an increase in the number of bars participating in the Ask for Angela campaign, allowing anyone who is feeling unsafe to ask for Angela at the bar to receive help from staff discreetly. Our county's libraries are also offering safe spaces for those suffering from domestic abuse, with participating pharmacies across Suffolk providing assistance if you ask for Annie. That's a great start, and I would urge all businesses in our county to seriously consider what else they could do, include joining Suffolk's Domestic Abuse Champion Network, which has trained over 500 champions from companies and organisations across the county to date, equipping them with the skills they need to offer consistent information, advice and support to bring lasting positive changes for survivors. Staff at Suffolk County Council and the districts and borough have and will also receive domestic abuse training which I, myself and others in this room will be taking up to. All this and more is a positive step forward nationally and locally, but fundamental change needs to be a societal one where we challenge outdated attitudes and misogynistic behaviours which eventually lead to normalising the violence. Something we in this room can all commit to working towards. It is difficult to accept that we will all know a woman who has faced what is outlined in this motion and beyond. There will be women like me in this very chamber who are survivors. Knowing this is why sometimes I found it very difficult, particularly since the Me Too movement, to understand why this subject received such a pushback. But then MP Jess Phillips recently summed it up brilliantly when she said, "What we haven't done culturally is accept that if everyone knows a victim, then everyone knows a perpetrator. That is far harder to comprehend." She is absolutely right, and it is perhaps why we avoid talking about the perpetrators and focus so much on women. By doing so, women like me still play the events over and over again in our minds, thinking what we could have done differently to prevent the violence from happening. Today I'm saying to women and girls, it wasn't my fault, it wasn't yours either, and I'm asking my colleagues to also believe that and be part of the change we so desperately need in society. It is an honour to second this motion, and I hope everyone in this chamber will also support it. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Councillor Murray, and indeed Councillor Reid. I think we'd all agree there's some pretty chilling statistics